To sing or not to sing? That is the question for fans of the movie Wicked. The adaptation of the hit musical has sparked more than just box office magic. It's brought up some spellbinding legal questions about what you can and can't do in public spaces, like singing your heart out without breaking any rules. The law firm of Ashton and Price is here to untangle the legal knots of movie tickets, property rights, and your quiet enjoyment. Joining me now is attorney of Ashton and Price. We have Craig Ashton. Welcome back, Craig.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, well, I'm wearing my pink because I'm trying to channel my Galinda, even though I'm an Elphaba at heart. But I'm excited about this. I mean, Wicked is such a hit right now. Everyone's going to see it. Like we mentioned, there's some issues that are kind of coming with moviegoers when they watch it. So when someone buys a movie ticket, Craig, what legal rights are they actually buying? And are there strings attached?
So in the immortal words of Glinda, it's not about your aptitude, it's the way you're viewed.
Yes.
You want to be popular.
You want to be popular.
Like me. So basically when you go to a movie theater, there's basically three, it's a property right. So you have trespassees, we all know that, get off my property. You have invitees, come to my barbecue, and then licensees, which is you can use this property for a specific period of time, like going to a Kings game or going to a movie. So in this case, you have a property right to the seat.
Okay, so AMC Theaters recently put out signs saying no singing during Wicked. Legally, what gives the theater the right to enforce this kind of rule?
So when you have a license, there's certain rules attached to that, like no shirts, no shoes, no service. And ultimately, when you're sitting in a seat, then you have an expectation of a quiet enjoyment of the experience, or what's called the warranty of habitability, which we have in property rights. So when you go to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, you expect people to sing. But when you go to Wicked, at least as it stands right now, with a warning that the expectation is everybody's quiet.
Okay, so if I'm distracted by someone singing next to me, could I claim my movie experience has been ruined?
Yeah, so that would be a trespass to chattels, which would be a tortious interference with your contractual relationship, and also a violation of your license. The movie theater is the one that would enforce that to say, hey, stop because you're violating the license agreement that I have with this other party. So the hard part is the enforceability of it.
Yeah.
So that's the issue. The good news is Universal Studios, AMC says no singing. Universal is coming out Christmas, and they're going to have singing at Wicked. And then they'll have the words under it so you can sing along.
Okay, so literally creating a perfect setting for people who do want to sing
Right,
along.
because then at that point you have a license, but the expectation is you can sing,
Right.
versus with AMC, the expectation is that everybody is quiet.
Okay, so we've seen examples where people have pushed the envelope with their personal rights in public spaces. How do these situations compare legally to singing in a theater?
So, like, for instance, there's this emotional support peacock, which somebody wanted to bring on a United flight. So, hey, emotional support, they go, no, I don't think so, because that's not a service animal. Or Hilaria Baldwin doing yoga in first class with a down dog in somebody's face going, you know, I think you're violating my license to quiet enjoyment to my seat on the way to Cancun. So those things happen, and then the hard part is you have to have the company like United or, you know, basically, you know, the airline or whatever, or in this case, the theater, to enforce that right.
Okay, that's good to know. And what about the theater owner's responsibility? If a moviegoer feels their experience has been ruined, could they blame the theater itself for failing to enforce the no singing rule?
Right, so that would be a breach of contract. So you've got a license, which you say, I'm going to pay you, you know, $50, whatever this ticket is, for 3 hours, and I want quiet enjoyment. If you don't enforce that, then you violated that contract right, and you got to give me a refund.
Yeah.
And if they say no, you know, go ahead and sue me, then probably not going to go, you know, in front of a judge at small claims court and spend the money and the time to get your refund. But technically speaking, yes, that would be a breach of contract clearly, and you would be entitled to a refund if you could prove it.
I've seen a few clips where there's a big scene in Wicked where you're waiting for Elphaba to hit the note, and some people are ruining it because they're singing along. And you're like, I was waiting for this
Exactly.
moment.
Yes, I mean, that's the thing. It's just bottom line is right now the reasonable expectation is don't sing, but wait for it.
Yes.
After Christmas, Universal is going to have Wicked coming out, so you can sing and all the words will be up there and you can sing your heart out.
I might have to go to that version too. Okay. Does intent matter in situations like this, whether the singer just loves the musical verses, someone who deliberately is being disruptive?
No, so trespass is not an intent crime. So if you're walking on somebody's property by accident, it's still trespass. Doesn't mean that you didn't mean to be there, you're just there. So if you're singing at the top of your lungs and you don't know that you didn't intend to basically trespass on their right to that seat and that quiet enjoyment and habitability, bottom line is that technically is a trespass, and you could sue them for trespass to chattels.
And you had mentioned a situation with the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Are there any comparisons for what's acceptable audience behavior?
No, so basically it's what's called reasonable. So, you know, you might maybe sing softly. That might be reasonable.
Yeah.
But singing
Sing
loudly
softly.
and all those things,
Yeah.
that would be unreasonable.
Yeah, singing softly, okay, everybody? Craig, thank you for these very helpful tips, especially for our viewers when they're going to go check out Wicked.
Yeah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone.
There we go, all of it. Happy
Yeah.
holidays to you, Craig. And to our viewers, for local legal advice, you can visit ashtonandprice.com.